Hello, everyone. We have a player who is poised for a massive breakout season upcoming here. We'll get to all of that, but let's first have her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Caelyn Foster. I'm a sophomore at STMA High School.
There we go. So I said STMA St. Michael Albertville, defending champs 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I said
I think.
I'm trying to remember the grades. It gets a little blurry there for a little bit, but I said we'll get into all of that with STMA, Metro Stars, and all that. Let's go way back to the beginning. What's some of your earliest memories of playing basketball?
Some of my earliest memories was probably like first grade is when I started doing like in-house basketball. So kind of like, I don't know, just like little
Mm-hmm.
kid, like league. And I don't know, and then like in third grade, I like played up and fourth, like
Mm-hmm.
on a fourth grade team for travel. So that was like first like competitive like basketball. But I mean, earliest memories is definitely like watching my sister though,
Okay.
like, and then like, I mean, falling in love with it then.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, kind of built off of that.
Mm-hmm.
But
How would you describe yourself as a player to someone that hasn't had the opportunity to see you play yet?
um, hardworking. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just like in like every aspect of the game. Like I see myself as someone who works hard on like
Mm-hmm.
defense and offense and like I don't know, always just I don't know, and
Mm-hmm.
like talking and like always trying to like pick everyone else up because like everyone makes mistakes and everyone gets down on themselves. So I would say very versatile too. Like
Mm-hmm.
I like to use my length
Mm-hmm.
on defense and I really learned to do that. And like scoring like just like kind of reading the defense and seeing like what works and what doesn't. So
Absolutely. Yes. I love it. So I said, we talked about STMA. When was your first welcome to varsity moment when you got to varsity of STMA? What was that like?
um it was I remember like the practice that they like told me that I'm on varsity. So it was like it was my eighth grade year
Mm-hmm.
and I was playing JV and then they told me that I was like on varsity and I was like, wow. Like I have an older sister who was on the team, so it was never really like it was always a dream of mine so that I could play with her because she's 3 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, wow, and it's like all these varsity play, all these like seniors, and I'm like, I'm just a little eighth grader that like I was just like,
Fair.
wow, and like I mean just like the practices and how much like different they were, and like this is top like level basketball, so that was really like
And
eye
S
opening. It was yeah, no, it was I
Mhm.
enjoyed it a lot. It was
and
something I'd never seen before. So,
and STMA is one of those teams that has one of the rare distinctions in the state of Minnesota: a 2A title, a 3A title, and then a 4A title back, like we said a couple years ago. Do you feel that like kind of from like the what it means to like put on an STMA jersey, play for the Knights, like kind of that historical what it means? Do you guys feel that when you guys play it, or do they not really talk about it as much?
oh no, we talk about it. It's an honor, honestly. Like we are proud. Like we
Mm-hmm.
talk about all the time, like the pride to wear like an STMA jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like obviously, like all the other people who worn it, like we talk a lot about Tessa Johnson. So,
Oh yeah, I'm sure Miss South
like,
Carolina
and
out there. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So I mean, like yeah, I just be proud to wear it. And I when people ask me where I play for, I get so excited to be like STMA, like that's my high school, that's what I play for.
So another thing we're going to talk about before we get into specifics, FTMA plays in the Lake Conference, which is a nightmare in the state of Minnesota. It is so loaded with you guys in Minnetonka and Hopkins and Wyzetta and EP last year. And what is it like in a like as a player? Like how do you prepare to go into those? And it's every year. It's kind of like you could have a week where it's like you have 2 or 3 games and it is Hopkins, Wyzetta, and you're like that's not fun. Like what's it like from a player's perspective?
Um, I mean, obviously it's like they're tough teams, but
Mm-hmm.
like it's exciting. Like
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to play those tough teams and like you want to like show off. Like
Mm-hmm.
those are the teams you get to play against, like these opportunities. And it's like I think of it as just another basketball game because it's like I mean, yes, they're good, but we're better, right? That's the
Mm-hmm.
mindset. And it's
Fair.
like and yeah, so you can't I mean, they're good, but I mean, you got to think of yourself as top dogs to be like,
Fair. So we'll look back at last year. Kind of, I said they had that. A lot of people didn't know kind of the roles outside of your big two. You had Kale, you had Abby. You kind of took on another, like an added additional role. How would you say overall for you as a player and then as a team you felt the season went?
as a team, I think it went well. I mean, like in coming to the season, I feel like, I mean, like losing the seniors that we did, we were all kind of like didn't really know
Mm-hmm.
what. I feel like we were kind of like didn't really know what we were gonna be like. I mean, we still have a bunch of amazing players, but it's just like always like losing and then those roles like you don't have those players who play those roles anymore, so you kind of have to find a different role, like or like expand it. I think overall, like as a team though, we really did like as the season went on, we figured it out and
Mm-hmm.
like started to click more, and it was the season ended not how we wanted to, but
Mm-hmm.
overall it was good as a team. And then individually, I I don't know. I think it was good. Um, I kind of like from my eighth grade to my ninth grade year, and then getting more
Mm-hmm.
like time. It was definitely like better for me, and I could see it more. So I'm really excited for this year because it'll be a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually just tore my meniscus, so I won't be playing for like the
Oh
first like couple months
no.
of the season. But I'll be back and I'll be better than ever, and I'm really excited for this season. So
Well, sorry to hear that, but I'm excited to hear that you'll be back at least at some point during the year. So I want to talk about last year a little bit. We won't go into, like I said, we know it ended rough, but I have two questions. I'll start with the first one. All throughout last year, what was those like upperclassmen, those veterans, kind of what was their message to you? You know, the younger players, kind of like, how did they lead? You know, what was their message to you guys, I would say?
um, I mean, I don't really know. It's like it goes back to that like STMA jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, just like all the things that like
Mm-hmm.
as players we do, we like work hard and we're competitive and like just to like kind of just like take after them. I mean, they didn't like say that, but like as a younger player and like
Mm-hmm.
watching, like you just know that like this is how STMA basketball's played. This is how all the players like they take pride in it, and you just do the same. It's yeah.
Fair. Okay, and then so we get to the Brainerd game. Absolute heartbreaker. I said, you know, you talk to some of the players, it's heartbreaking. But my thing is, what are some of the lessons this year's team can kind of take from that, like to make sure like you don't feel that heartbreak again this year to kind of get over the edge and get back to state where everyone wants to get?
Not everything's like handed to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I like we as SMA basketball have really high like standards, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not like it's set we set it upon ourselves, but also as like a community because we've
Mm-hmm.
gone to state several years. But we just have to like I feel like we work really hard, but just like realize that like you never work hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want something, you like have to work for it. And I definitely think we worked really hard that Brainerd game, but I definitely think that like I don't we should like it wasn't handed to us. Like we shouldn't be expected to win a
Mm-hmm.
section championship every year, but
And
we'll be back this year.
I always say, I know no athlete wants to hear this. I know when I played, I didn't want to hear it. Sometimes the best motivator is failure or like heartbreak, like that, like knowing you never want to feel that again can sometimes be the best motivator. So for this year, you guys, you know, understand like we don't want to feel that again. So while it's never fun in the moment, that is never fun. It's one of those things where you look back and it might be that catalyst for this year.
100%. I mean, we've already brought it up multiple times. Summer camp, meetings. It's always back to that Brainerd game, and everyone says Brainerd. Everyone looks like,
They're like, we ain't doing that again. Mm-mm. Faye.
mm.
So coming for this upcoming year, I want to ask, who's maybe one or two players that we don't know about or talk about as much as we should that you think is really going to be impactful for you guys this year?
Ooh, for STMA,
For STMA,
like
yep. Because we know the leader at the top. We know Lanky Janky. We know of the leader at the top. Who are some of the other ones that you think are going to be like really impactful that people are like not talking about enough that you think is going to really surprise some people?
I think JC Bryan.
Okay.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
she'll be a junior. And then Kaylee Bugalki.
Okay.
She's a sophomore as well. I think they're both really good guards. They're quick and they know how to use like their speed, and they're just both very like competitive too. Like I feel like they work hard for.
Fair. So we talked about, like you mentioned the Brainerd game a little bit. Is the mentality this year kind of small picture, kind of focus on day to day, game by game kind of thing? Or are we kind of looking like, hey, we're putting out there what we want to do, and every day we're working towards that? Kind of like the big goals out there. Or is it kind of we just like, we're not going to, the big things will take care of themselves if we focus on day to day?
I'd say day to day. I mean, because you can't get too ahead of yourself, right? Because and then you got 2 to 3 games a week, and if you focus on the games next week, then you're not locked for like
Fair.
and it's that late conference. It's those big teams. You can't think past it. You have
Mm-hmm.
to even minute after minute, like in a game, like you have to like take it one step at a
Fair.
time. Take
Fair.
one step at a time.
Well, then we'll go to AAU now. I would say, played for Metro Stars. Where do you think at the beginning of AAU, April, Marchish, to right now, where did you grow the most as a player this last AAU season?
I think confidence wise, I think definitely in the beginning, even it was my first year with Metro, so I think even like being new, I was not as confident because I had been on my other AU team for a long time. That's kind of like I just knew where I was, but like going into a new team, I kind of like lost some confidence, not really knowing where my role was going to be,
Fair.
not really knowing my teammates, but like as the season went on and like having my teammates support and like just getting to know them and playing these teams and like I just think I built my confidence back and kind of realized like what my role is and like what I do.
What were some of the best places you got to go to with AAU? I know like every circuit has you guys all over the country. What are some of your favorite places you got to go to?
My favorite places were South Carolina and Texas
Fair.
for sure. Texas, I mean, is just beautiful because it's warm, but South Carolina had a beautiful setup and like also like being in those big facilities with all those top teams and you're like seeing these players and then you see like these players just committed to like these big schools and you're like in the same like facility as them. You're like, I've seen them in person.
So with AAU, I said growing confidence, you're growing kind of comes an added addition of recruiting attention. We won't get into any kind of specifics. How do you personally kind of manage going about making sure it doesn't get too stressful, kind of overwhelming? How do you make sure you manage that to make sure it's a fun experience and not one that's a negative?
I like go back to the fact that it's just basketball. I've been playing basketball since I was in first grade. Like people watch, like several people have like come to watch, and I mean, it's not really any different. Like yes, they're college coaches, but I'm just playing basketball. I'm doing what I love. I'm having fun, and like if I start to forget that, then it's not really basketball anymore.
Absolutely. So then we'll do a couple quick hitters here. Who's some of the best players you've ever had a chance to play with AAU or high school?
Jaquela Crafts for high
Yeah.
school, and then really, I mean, off the top of my head, that's really.
My favorite Jaquela Craft story ever was I have a buddy who does a podcast who talked with Kale after the state championship, and he asked, he's like, "When did Jaquela stop dancing after the championship?" And Kale's like, "We got home at 1 a.m. and I still don't think she stopped dancing."
She never stops dancing.
Fair. She was the life of the party. On the court, off the court, Jaquela was the life of the party. That's a great answer. And now the opposite. Best player you ever had a chance to play against AAU or high school?
Ooh, I guess. I'm trying to think of like big names of like. I mean, we're in that late conference, right? So it's like
Everyone.
all of those like top people. I mean, trying to think back to like my 8th grade season. That was still like, was it? I think it was Tori McKinney or no?
Tori McKinney at Minnetonka or Tori Schlegel
Yeah.
at EP both?
Yeah, it's like those people is like U of M and like big so definitely those. And then like I mean, like Linnell Wright. I mean, she's still in school, so.
Fair. Those are good options. And then we'll say, what is your go-to basketball shoe?
Sabrina's.
Oh, of course. If you're a shooter, I mean, come on. If you're a sprinter, absolutely fair. Go-to pregame hype song.
Single Ladies by Beyonce.
Okay, you did play with Jacayla Craft. I get it. I get it. Fair. I got it. And then go-to. I don't know if you're a snacker or like a full meal. What's the go-to like food before a game?
I'm definitely a snacker. I don't like to eat at all before I play. Little nervous. But definitely, I don't know, like a granola bar, something small, light.
Understandable. Yeah. Any WNBA, NBA, college, or high school player that you model your game after, kind of try to emulate their game?
Tessa Johnson.
Okay,
I'm
that's
gonna
a
be
great
biased,
one.
but it's got to be Tessa Johnson.
That is an absolute like STMA legend right there. Yeah, absolutely. And then I always think I throw some ones off the court now, and these are random ones just to kind of like show a little personality. Would you rather be stuck in a room full of spiders or snakes?
Oh boy. Neither.
Fair.
I don't know. Probably spiders.
Thank you. That's what I say too. I hate snakes. Hate snakes. Like, I
They're
don't want
just-
to. They're gross. They're huge. Just let me. No, I'm good. And then when you're away from the court, like, what if you're like looking to just decompress, kind of not think about basketball as a sport? What is your favorite thing to do to kind of like just get away from the game?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I just hang out with my family and friends. I'm a three-sport athlete, so like
Oh,
I want
geez,
to
you
be
don't get
like,
time.
oh, like I'd be like, oh, like I go play like soccer, but it's like then I'm thinking about soccer, not basketball. So it's just like
Good break. That's fair. Good break. Okay. And then we'll end with this, and then I won't take too much more of your morning. What does success mean to you? At the end of the day, when you hang it up for the last time at STMA, when you look back, what will success mean to you?
like kind of like hard work. Like I've put in the work. I've reached goals of mine that I've set for myself. I mean, and like when I leave STMA, just like building those like memories too. Like I was successful in high school because I had fun time playing high school basketball. It wasn't all stress and like I don't know. I just like and I did what I loved. So like
Fair.
all those things.
Fair. I love that answer. Well, I said, I'm sorry we won't get to see you right at the beginning of the season. I can't wait to see you get back on the court. I think STMA is going to surprise some people. I think a lot of people are overlooking you guys, and that's not a smart thing to do. So good luck this season. Good health this season when you get back. Thank you so much for taking the time. If people are looking to follow your journey for basketball, where can they find you? On social medias.
I post a lot of things on Twitter, and then I just actually started a YouTube, so
Smart. Okay, so like hype up the YouTube page. You want to get followers.
yeah.
Fair. Once again, thank you so much for your time. Once again, good luck with the recovery. Good luck getting back this season. I cannot wait to see STMA.
Thank you.
Have a great one.
You too.